So we have a data set and we want to find the mean, median, mode, and standard deviation. It's a softball player that played 5 games and got 2 hits the first game, 3 the second. She got 0 the third, 1 the fourth, and 2 the fifth. So we want to first start off by doing the mean. We have to total how many hits she got on 5 different games. So it's 2, 5, 6, 8 hits over 5 games. That turns out to be, when we divide that out, 1.6 is the mean. To do the median, we have to go in order from smallest to largest. And we eliminate the end points, and we go from both ends until we get to the center number. If there were 2, we would average them, but in this case there's only 1 number, and that median is 2. The mode is the most frequent score. There's only 1 score that occurs twice. That's 2. So the mode is 2. And then the standard deviation is given by an ugly formula. It's a square root of the sum of x minus x bar squared all over n. And of course that looks really ugly, but as in all other practices, the goal is to just take a little chunk at a time. So I'm going to roll this down just a little bit, and I'm going to make a column. The first column is for just the scores, and they were the original scores, 2, 3, or actually hits. They were 2, 3, 0, 1, and 2. Okay. Then we wanted to make a column with the mean. That one is pretty simple because it's always 1.6. That never changes. And then we're just going across and doing the next column, which is x minus x bar. So we just subtract these 2 columns. We get 0.4 here, 1.4, negative 1.6, negative 0.6, and 0.4. So our third column is just the difference between the two of these. 2 minus 1.6 is 0.4, and so on. The next column is we just square all these values. So if I punch in a calculator 0.4 times 0.4, I get 0.16. And similarly, I can find the squares of each of these numbers. 1.96, 2.56. Notice they all become positive. 0.36, 0.16. If I total all these, I get 5.20. This is the sum of x minus x bar squared. And that equals 5.20. Now I want to divide this by n. Okay, so I'm going to divide that by 5. When I divide this number by 5, I get 1.04. Now I've got to do one more step. I've got to take the square root. It's x minus x bar squared all over n. So that number now just gets the square root. Again, we put it in our calculator. 1.04 square root of that number is 1.02. That's the standard deviation. So recapping, you start with a column that just has the x values. Next column just has all the means. We take the subtraction of the 2. That becomes our third column. Our fourth column is all of that squared. So we square whatever's in this column when it comes over here. Then we total it at the sum of those items squared. In this case it's 5.20. We divide it by n. In this case it's 5. So it's divided by 5. Gets 1.04. Then I take the square root of it and I get the final standard deviation of 1.02.